Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Awesome Incidentals. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. BONDCRAFTOR sent me this fast cure epoxy resin. It's a 4-hour demold, 8 to 10 hour full curing. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I love BONDCRAFTOR resin, so we're going to try this today. And we're going to do it on a few little different little things and see how it reacts to deeper molds as far as shallower molds. But let's see what comes in the package. First, we got 4 cups. Love these cups. Hope that's 4. Let me see. Will you come out? That one's stuck. Maybe it's not going to give me those 4 cups. I don't know, this one's stuck in here, so it's not giving me the, I'll see if I can get it out later. Okay, but anyway, you get 4 cups. You get a couple of pipettes. You get some mixing little cups. These are a little bit bent up, but you can unbend them pretty good. Little bitty mixing cups. You get, looks like 3 pairs of gloves. Ooh, we get some pigments. Sweet. Alright, this is epoxy resin colorant. So they're not alcoholics, I don't think. They're just colorants. You get blue, red, yellow, black, and white. Sweet. Then we get, oh look, we got some mica powders too. Ooh, I like the purple. These are like little pastel colors. They're soft colors. So we might not use them today, but we will use them at a later time for sure. And then you get 5 popsicle stirring sticks. Never can have too many of those. And then you get your, let me move this box. So then you get your part A, and this is 32 ounce. And this is part B, 32 ounces. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so you'll mix same equal parts with each one. We may use some of this colorant. I'm not sure. We might see what it looks like because I do need some blue with a project. So, but anyway, so let me mix some of this up and then I'll be back. Okay, we're back. I've mixed up 24 ounces of resin, and on this project here, it's going to take 17.3 almost 17.5 ounces, and then I'm not sure what these are going to take, but we're going to be using this Resiner's alcohol ink, Azure. I think that you can see it, Azure blue, and I'm going to be mixing that up in here, but I'm going to do that for this project. This one over here with that 17, I'm going to be pouring clear. So we're going to pour that clear first. And I did run this resin through my my vacuum chamber. It is a very, very thick resin. And stirring it does create lots and lots and lots of bubbles. So you might want to be aware of that. Maybe because it's a fast cure, that's why it does the bubbles like that. I'm not sure, or why it's thick. I haven't used but one other fast cure, I think, and it's been a long time, so I'm not real schooled in them, but we're going to be learning this together. See what it is. I'm sure I'm getting a couple of bubbles in here of my own making, because I'm trying to get the resin out of this cup. Hopefully they'll float up to the top and I'll be able to spritz them out of there. Alright, so let's pour the rest of that in there. Oh, first I want to squeeze a little bit on that. It has a cone, a little place in the bottom that I want to make sure I don't have that resin did get into it. Okay. Then we'll finish doing this up. Okay. So we're good with that. Alright. Now, alright, I don't see any bubbles in there. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Alright, I'm not sure that I have mixed up enough to do this. So we're going to pour this. I did want this one clear. So we're going to pour the remaining in here. And get that. And I might have to mix up a little bit more. So we'll see. I definitely want to make sure I don't have any bubbles in here on the rim. Anytime you have a mold that has a rim, it's always a hiding place for bubbles. And sometimes even if you try, you might get one, so don't beat yourself up. They're easily repaired with UV resin, so don't beat yourself up if you do get bubbles. We try our hardest to make sure. And you see these bubbles coming out of there, just a couple. Alright, so we can only hope that there's no more hiding. Okay, now I'm going to give it a little spritz in case there's bubbles that come up that need to pop. Alright, now I know I don't have enough for these two here. Let me get this one over here. Might be just enough to fill this up, and it is. Okay. So I will have to mix some more. And that, the one that I'm going to mix, I'm definitely going to be using the alcohol ink of the Azure in it. So I may go ahead and stop this and mix it up, and then I will bring you back because I am using that alcohol ink in there, and that way you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll come back when I get that resin mixed up. Okay, so I decided to do a little experiment. Since I ran out of the 4-hour demold with these, we're going to leave those there, and then I made up some more resin, but I made up the regular BONDCRAFTOR epoxy resin, and we're going to see if there's any difference between the 4-hour cure and this other that usually takes about 4 to 6 hours, probably even 8 hours. So we're going to see. So I made up this to pour in here. We're going to add this Azure alcohol ink into this, and I'm going to make it, I want it quite blue, so we're going to put, I just squirted it in there a couple of times. I didn't count the drops. I'm going by how blue I want it. So we're going to mix this up and see how blue it is, because I do want it a nice, really pretty, vibrant blue. And then this is very, very light, so we're going to add some more in there. All right, let's see how this does. All right, I think this is a vibrant blue that I want. Okay. And I believe that I want to add a little bit of sparkle to it. And blue and silver are usually the staple. So I'm going to put some crushed crystal in it, but just a tad. Because I want a little bit of sparkle, but I don't want it to overtake it. Get that bubble. Okay. All right, let's mix this in here to give it just a little bit of sparkle. Yeah. Can you see the little sparkles in there? I don't know if you can see them real good or not, but it put just a little bit of sparkle. So we're going to pour this in here. Okay. And I want to move this around a little bit, so make sure I'm getting it in there real good in the little nooks and crannies. We're going to spritz that a little bit. And then we'll finish filling this one up. Okay. All right, so I have a little bit left over. I'll find something to throw that in, and then I'll reveal that when we come back to demold. Okay? I'll see you on the demold. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Okay, so this is what I did. So we're going to unmold the fast cure first and see how it did. And I found this little Druzy inlay kind of thingy, and I put it on the bottom of that because I wanted to see if it would give me that effect on the other side. So we're going to unmold this guy first and see what we got. And get this started here. I'm probably going to bring this to me because it's so awkward and my hands aren't that strong, so y'all bear with me to get it unmolded because I do not have strong hands, and this mold does require finesse. Bear with me. Ugh. Having arthritis in your hands is not fun sometimes because of that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this mold right side outward. Okay, so here's what we have. I don't know why that's weird. Anyway, so here's what we have. We have a chicken with pumpkins in him. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. Love it. All right. So we got the chicken. I'm going to paint his cone. So we got this bat. Came out gorgeous. We got the other bat. Came out gorgeous. And this is all with the 4-hour cure. Fast cure. And this is the 4-hour fast cure, if I can get it started. Now, hold on, guys. This is another one of those I have to put up to me to get it going. Now maybe I can get it to come off. All right. And it's a gnome. Oh, we'll have to do some stuff to him, I think. Okay, so it looks as though the 4-hour fast cure is pretty cool. I don't, I like the pumpkins inside the chicken. Okay. Now this was with the regular resin from BONDCRAFTOR. It is still a little bendy because it's not a fast cure resin, but it is ready to come out. Okay. And this one, I want to put it between something because I want it to bend. I want it to dry bent. Okay, and then this is the little car. Let's see if I can get it going. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. All right. Sweet. Isn't it gorgeous? We're going to do some stuff to that. And then let's get the lid out here to this crab. If I can grab it. Let's see. Where is my, oh, here it is. So put this in there to get it to. There we go. All right. There we go. Pretty. Look how clear that BONDCRAFTOR resin is. Don't you just love that? And this regular cure resin, I did not run it through my vacuum chamber. I usually do not have issues with it giving me bubbles. BONDCRAFTOR resin is really good about not giving you, it degasses pretty well. So I usually don't have any issues with it giving me too many bubbles. I have run it through the vacuum chamber before, but like I said, most of the time it gives me good results without it because it degasses itself pretty good. As you'll be able to see from this guy, he is definitely no bubbles. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? No bubbles. BONDCRAFTOR resin is the bomb. You gotta love it. Got to love it. And I really love the clarity of the fast cure. You see there's no bubbles in that either. Now I did run it through the vacuum chamber just to make sure I didn't get any bubbles, and it didn't, because that's a thicker resin, and when I stirred it, it definitely gave me bubbles. You gotta love this crab. I got it off Temu. So cool. Love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna have to put some stuff on this thing. But anyway, so this, I'm going to use some J Diction. I'm going to be using these J Diction super golden markers. They're super metallic effect pigments, but they're 7 different colors, but they're by J Diction. They are awesome. And that's what I'm going to be using, those markers, to do with this truck and this thing here. So, let's see. Because this truck has it's just gorgeous. This truck has what it looks like a, I don't know if you can see it, it's like a flag tied from one end to the other. So we're going to color that. And I'm going to do some things on here, but look, I'm not real savvy on how to speed up my videos for you. And frankly, sometimes speeding up videos makes me kind of dizzy when I'm watching them. So I'm not going to speed this up, but I'm going to stop right here and then come back, because I'm not going to bore you with doing that. And I'll bring you back. Okay, I have taken these colors, the green, the red, the gold, and the silver, and I have painted my little truck. It's so cute. What do you think? I think it's cute. Okay, so I think, I need to do something with these stars, maybe, with some silver. And see how it does on there. These J. Diction metallic markers are really awesome, everyone. Can't believe I didn't get any bubbles. Yes, I can, because I used BONDCRAFTOR resin. And I usually don't get bubbles with it. We might have to do more than one coat, maybe? Maybe not. Cool. All right. Silver and blue. Blue. These markers are really cool. They're very metallic. Linda Berman over at the Crazy Glass Lady turned me on to these. Thanks, Linda. Because I really, really like them. They're very metallic-y. But I like them. They're very metallic. Very metallic. I will link this mold for the crab. Very cute. And then we want to do the eyes black. I need a black pen for that. I'm going to use this Graphics permanent marker for the eyes. Got his little beady eyes on there. And I think I do have a white Might have to do something else. This is not going to work too well, I don't think, with the white. Okay, we're going to do something else with that. Let me get a baby wipe and get that off there real quick. Okay, I think I have some white UV resin. I might try that later, but anyway, for right now, I like the little, just the little beady eyes on him. Too pretty, too pretty. Let me turn this light off. See if, there we go. All right. And then we have the chicken with the pumpkins. And I am going to take this red marker, metallic marker, and we're going to do his cone. I really like these metallics. They cover very good. I think with that wind blowing, it's drying it out though. So I have to do it when the fan's not blowing. Anyway, but you can get the gist of it. It's going to be a red cone on there. Alright, well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I think that the Fast Cure resin is a big hit. I think that BONDCRAFTOR has done really well with this Fast Cure. And I wanted to say that it does cure out very clear and very, I did run it through the bubble chamber, the vacuum chamber, but it did get rid of all the bubbles. And when you compare it to their other resin, I have to say they're both a big hit, because their other resin is, I've always loved their resin because of the clarity. Definitely no bubbles. Alright, but I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I thank BONDCRAFTOR for sending me the Fast Cure resin, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're one of my regulars, thank you for sticking around and supporting me. I really appreciate it. I hope that y'all, these were my little things that I made last time with the little ghosties. They're so cute. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and I thank y'all for sticking with me, the regulars and the new people. Please stick around with me. If you haven't decided to subscribe, please do so. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and if you highlight that bell, you'll know when I make a video. So I thank you very much, and just remember, the world is full of blessings, but if you haven't had one, be one. Thanks, guys. See you later.